Hey guys, welcome back to the Psychic Shari YouTube channel.
Hi, everybody.
Here again talking to Sherry Klein. Today we're live. We've got a full lineup for you today. We've got a couple of guests here, Callie and Elle. We'll bring them on here. Um, Sherry's going to give them some mini reads. We're also going to talk, we've got a topic that we want to discuss. It's going to be how to clear negative energy from your home. So that should be interesting. Uh, we'll discuss any questions you might have through your comment section. Maybe some quick reads in there. It depends. And near the end of the show, Sherry's got going to do some what we're calling alphabet messages. She'll provide some spirit advice and guidance to everybody that's watching. So more on that later. Sherry, you ready for this?
I am. And did you tell them that they can write in a comment too if
Yeah,
they? Okay.
yeah.
I must
And
have spaced
comments.
that out.
We'll address those comments. So.
Okay, perfect.
So I'm going to bring on the first guest. We're going to bring on Callie. Uh,
Okay.
I'm going to bring her up and I'm going to ask her where she's located and how the weather is where they're at. Just some basic questions. Allow Sherry to get into their vibrations through their voice and to start receiving some messages from spirit. Since these are mini readings, Sherry generally doesn't take questions once the spirit to really drive the discussion. So with that, let's bring on Callie. Callie, welcome to the
Hi.
show.
Hi, Collie.
Hey, I'm Callie, and I am from Indiana. I have lived in California for a few years prior. The weather it's kind of gloomy. It's pretty hot out here. The sun is shining and going in and out between the clouds.
Okay, that's all we need. All right. Hi. I'm just going to scan your energetic field here just a bit. Wow, we got a lot going on in the aura, and we love it. It's very chaotic but fun. There's a lot of stuff going on, and it's almost like you go from one thing. You're kind of like me. You go from one thing to the next. Sometimes we don't finish a thought, and then we're on to something else. One thing that they are showing me is a lot of times you might second guess yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just saying it's all right because your head and your gut feeling are kind of have a little bit of a battle going on because you have a gut feeling like you this feels right, but then your analytical mind, your head comes in and says, oh, wait a minute, but this could go wrong and that could go wrong. And
Mm-hmm.
your spirit team is just asking you, go more with the gut feeling because that's going to be more from your higher self.
Mm-hmm.
The minute I said that, we see like sparklers coming out of the top of your head. I almost feel like there's a celebration coming. It's like the 4th of July is just lighting up everywhere. And inside of you, I get like this childlike energy. Like, when you have something to look forward to and you get all giddy and excited, that's the
Yeah.
energy I'm feeling with you.
Oh, nice.
Um, we are feeling the presence. I'm getting really hot in my head. It's funny. Spirit, sometimes when they come in, they don't come in on every reading, but I am feeling I almost want to say a fatherly energy, but he feels older than your father would be. Um, do you have a grandpa on the other side?
Yeah, it's probably
Okay.
my. He raised me for many years, so I was a child to him.
Okay. So that makes sense. I almost want to say a country boy or something. He might have on a pair of overalls. And would he have worked the land or liked to fish or things of this nature?
Yeah, all of that. He's
Okay.
farm and he fished all the time.
Oh, okay. Um, he is funny. I'm asking him, well, give us a message. You just can't come in. Um, and it's almost like he's patting and saying, sit down here next to me. I don't want to say he's saying calm down, but he kind of is almost like slow down a little bit. When you fish, honestly, to me, I think it's boring, but that can be people's way of meditating, is just quieting the mind. And that's what he's asking you to do. You don't have to go fishing, but try to quiet the mind a bit. And the way that you can do that is with your breath,
Mhm.
and just take deep breaths. That will kind of calm you down. Thank you. I work with my girl Irene too. And even though the grandfather energy is still here, if you hear me say Irene, I'll say Irene, slow down, because she's kind of the middleman. But they're saying, see how it's almost like your grandfather's trying to take my voice, and my voice starts to crack when I got somebody coming in closer. He doesn't want Irene to talk, he wants to talk to you. Um, he says he's so proud of you because you have made some big decisions. And it is like he's so proud of you. I got cold chills the minute I said that. He keeps saying he's so proud of you because she's made big decisions almost all by yourself. And I don't know if he was a big uh thank you. He's got shows me a great big ear, like he must have been a great listener. And
Mhm.
he says you might have told him a lot of your things and wanted advice from him. And he says, she asked me, but she can't hear me now that I'm on the other side. But so he just says he's so proud of you because he does, even if you can't hear him, he will download the thoughts in your head. You'll just think they come from nowhere. But a lot of them, because he says he hears you, a lot of them will be downloaded in your head. Does any of
Okay.
that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It makes perfect sense. I don't usually listen to myself that well or my thoughts or anything that's downloaded, but I try.
Yeah, that's okay. Turn down the volume in your head. I do that too. I'm always talking, talking, talking. Literally act like you're turning down a radio dial, and kind of sounding out the chatter, so to speak. A lot of the
Okay.
thoughts we have are really just kind of mindless. Um, okay. Does somebody have diabetes? My lips are sticking to my tongue or my teeth.
Yeah, my grandfather had diabetes. Mhm.
Okay. Sometimes I can't tell if it's the person I'm talking to, or I can sometimes will have another person come in and I don't realize they're coming in, especially if they're like two males. So he's just giving us a little bit more confirmation on slow down. He's kind of talking about something like, uh, I can tell by looking at you, you look very slender, but do you not eat healthy?
Oh, well, no, not really. I mean, I kind of eat whatever I want.
Okay, me too. And you can tell by looking at me that I do. But he's just kind of talking about the diabetes and maybe trying to be a little more conscious, because he says some foods kind of, I guess I want to say he's talking about maybe like caffeine, things of that nature, which we know are going to kind of hype us up. But he's saying kind of monitor things like that that you know are going to kind of make you stimulate you, because then you just drop. Does that make sense? It's like you got a lot of energy, and then you just kind of drop a bit.
Yeah.
Um, so let's see what anything else we got going on here. Um, Irene says that we can open up for a question. Do you have a question?
Yes, I do. It's a very big question. Um, and I am not looking for specific answers if you're not able to give them, but I want some insight on my fertility. I have been trying for a baby. It would be my first child. I've had a lot of things telling me I am not sure. So.
Okay, you kind of cut out. So you want to know if you're going to have a baby, pretty much?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. All right, Irene, what have we got here going on? One thing that Irene is saying, which is your higher self and your spirit team, she's the middleman. They're saying that it is a very high, comes in at a very high probability, but they're saying patience. Patience is a virtue. Um, it might come when you think, you know what, I can't do this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And it just feels like you keep dragging it. The longer that you go, the more you panic and think it's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And because they just show me you looking at your watch, tickety tock, when is this going to happen? Oh, here it comes. There it goes. It's funny because it took a while before I got that. And then all of a sudden it's like, boom, here it comes. So I don't want to say it's out of the blue, but it still is going to take you by surprise. Um, and here it comes. Okay. I do see your grandfather holding a baby. So there's a part of you that might think, oh, they don't, if I have a child, they're not going to see him
Uh-huh.
or her. Him kind of came out first. But so your facial expressions are so
I
funny.
know. I was.
But they know our babies. Sometimes they pick them for us, so yeah, so that I hear him say, don't worry your pretty little head, because it feels like this might be obsessing you or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
for
so
sure.
he's just saying, have patience. You've put it out. You put out the prayers, the angels, your team, they know what you want. Um, but things have to just line up, and they're just saying, have patience. We do see where, and again, it is a high probability that we do see, yes, you will,
Oh,
to put
nice.
it in a nutshell.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, here's Bobby's back. So, wow, that time went quick, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
Callie. Well, I hope you enjoyed your reading. I know these go very quick and they're just little mini reads.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I enjoyed every minute of it. I really appreciate the time, and it was fun coming on here. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank
can
you.
I say one thing too? You like your grandfather. He's making my lipstick to my teeth. He doesn't want you to close off here before he just hands you his. He actually took his heart out of his chest and handed it to you. I almost want to cry. And he says, "I love you." So that was really sweet. So, all right, Callie. Well, with that being said, have a wonderful rest of your evening. It looks really sunny. I can see the sun coming in. So
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Take
you're
care.
welcome.
All right. One down. Sounds pretty good.
Okay.
Just want to let everybody know, if you'd like to have a free mini read from Sherry, it's pretty simple to do. Just send us an email, sherryklein11@gmail.com. It's the bottom, wrong way, down there, bottom right hand screen. Um, just include the following: type your YouTube username so we can verify you're a subscriber. Um, the sentence, I want a mini read. And if you've got your email return masked for privacy, then put your email down in the body of the email. And if you're selected, we'll get you an email back, give you the date and time and a URL to log in. Uh, Pretty easy to do, pretty self-explanatory. And I know some people are concerned about their privacy, so feel free to. You can turn your video camera off. You can log in under a different name or a nickname. Give a different location where you're at. It doesn't really matter. Um, just want to make you comfortable when you get your own individual reading. Um, so with that, what we're going to do is move off into another topic. That topic is spirit cleaning, right? How to clean negative energy from your house. Sherry,
Yeah.
how do you know you even have negative energy? Do you
Well,
do you do you
yeah,
know?
there's a lot of different ways. One, you can just walk in and feel a heaviness. I'm sure everybody has picked up on that before. You could be feeling tired. People in the home might start arguing. You might uh, not be able to sleep. Electronics might come on and off. That happens to me a lot. So that tells me I need to,
Really?
yes, a lot in my home. They might keep you awake. Your plants might start to wither. It can just affect a lot of things because energy is energy. So,
Yeah. Okay. What do you do? I mean, if you feel like you've got negative energy, I mean, do we call you?
well, you
Can you
could,
do it yourself?
but I have a few tricks up my sleeve here. Um,
Okay.
One thing is, of course, everybody's heard of this sage. Light it. People say, Sage, what do? You just light it. I call in Archangel Michael and I say, come with me and help me clear my home. I make the intention. I light it. I go through every room. I even open up the closets and I say, anything in here, you need to come with me now. You have a lot of loved ones that want you on the other side. Follow Archangel Michael. I open up closets, and a big thing is to go up to every mirror, kind of blow the smoke in. Mirrors are notorious for trapping spirits. I don't know why, and I have seen this time and time again. I kind of blow the
Hmm.
smoke in the mirror and I say, come out, wherever you are. I go through my entire house and then I open the front door and I say, okay, now get out. Archangel Michael will tell you where you need to go. That's one way. Another way is you can play upbeat music. Um, and even you can do it like with your intention, singing. Uh, this right here, I like stuff like this. This is my little rattle. I do this before I do reads, kind of clear my energetic field. Sound, you can have
Sound is a
sound
big thing.
bowls,
Uh-huh.
like these little tuning forks. If you hit this on, I don't know if you can hear that. Um, Things like that, that helps to cleanse the energy as well.
Okay. How often I mean, you just clear it once and that's it?
No, no. I like to do it. Well, the work I do, I'm probably going to do it more than most people, but I would say maybe once a month, or if you have company over, I always like to sage after I've had company. If you've had a fight with somebody, or even an argument, if you're on the phone and you have an argument with somebody, clear your house, um, open the windows, play the music, and yeah, so any of that, um, cleanse it, and then you're done. I kind of got sidetracked, Irene. I got a lot of energy. I must have to clear because I got a lot of energy coming at me.
Uh,
Um, so yeah, a lot of
uh, how does intention play into it? I mean,
that's a big part. Um, is your intention. You don't have to cleanse it the way I said. You can do it with your intention. However it is that you want to do it, that is I would say more than half of it. One
really,
thing too, I know what spirit was downloading in my head a minute ago. Even when you bring in new furniture or anything new, even if it's a little tiny statue, I always like to sage everything. Just because you don't know, especially stuff from Goodwill or a yard sale, it'll pick up on the energy of the people that owned it.
really, it will.
Yeah.
Inanimate objects like that.
Oh, yeah. Like, let's say you get a chair and somebody who was real negative and they sell their chair. You bring it in your house and you sit in that chair, you could instantly sit there and think, oh, and start getting in a bad mood. You can pick up on the emotions and everything of the people that owned it. Some people can do that more than others. So,
I walk into some houses and I see it's just like a pigsty.
yeah.
Does clutter and being a pig, does that create some sort of negative vibration of some sort?
Yeah, I think so. That kind of throws me into the feng shui, which I like to do that too. When you have a lot of clutter, a lot of just junk sitting around, the energy can't flow, and negative energy will get stuck. And that's why we always suggest to clear out closets, clear out the junk, the piles sitting around. A cluttered house is a cluttered mind. So it's best less is more. You don't have to do everything at once. Start with one room or one section. I also own a cleaning business, and it's funny because it's one of the houses I cleaned today. They have so many antiques in their house. When I walk in there, it literally, if I don't surround myself with a bubble, I could almost just drop and fall on the floor from all the energy. It is just
Really?
so heavy.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's a
Yeah, I had heard lavender was good. Is it a certain scent that you should use? I know you said sage, but what kind of sage are you talking?
yeah. Well, there's a lot of scents. Like right here, I have frankincense. It's always backwards. I have frankincense. You can put those in those little diffusers. You can put myrrh. Rose is good. I like these. These are incense. This is woods. It smells so good. And this is very common. The Nam Champa. That's I have to smell every one of them because they smell so good.
Yeah,
And this might be my favorite. The India Temple. Uh, and these will clear the room too. Of any, it'll
really?
get the energy flowing and the negative energy help diffuse that too.
Yeah, I know kids help bring the energy of a household up.
So
Do
do
they
animals.
animals too? Do
Hmm.
they act like protectants, guardians of the negative energy? Because kids have such good positive energy.
Well, because they're raising the vibration of
Yeah,
the home.
yeah. And so does that protect the home against
I,
negative
I
vibrations?
think so, to a certain extent. Think of it like this: if you're sitting in a dark room and it's nighttime, and you open up the blinds, um, and it's dark outside, you turn on your light, you're not going to see darkness come in. Darkness bows down to the light. The light is a, a more energetic, upbeat energy, kind of like with children. It just radiates throughout the entire house. So
Oh,
animals do that. Wind chimes. I have wind chimes inside of my home. So
is there any way we can protect the home from the negative energies from coming in at all?
I don't know about that. Um,
Really?
I know there's all this stuff, and I've done a lot, but they still can come in. There's hitchhikers you'll pick up, and you don't even know you're picking them up.
Really?
Um, People will put salt maybe at their doors, um, or even around their windows, kind of keep it. And
Yeah.
you can do it too with your intention. I will just envision that my house is inside of a great big bubble, a great big white light. And again, like we go back to intention.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. All right. Good to know. Anything else you wanted to share?
um, well, not right off the top of my head. Of course,
Okay.
after we get off the topic, a lot of other things will probably come to mind, but that's all right.
Yeah, that's good. All right. Well, why don't we move on to some of the viewer comments here?
Okay.
We've got one here from Natalia. Hi,
Mhm.
Sherry. Please give me insight at my workplace. I
Okay.
assume she might want a reading.
Okay. All right, Irene. So let's see what we've got here just a bit. One thing that Spirit is saying, they're kind of showing me like a fork in the road. Like there might be um, maybe two choices, this or that. Um, One feels comfortable. Um, we do like the energy that we see because they're telling me that you like what you do, you're good at what you do. And talking about energy, they're saying you wherever it is you work, you do uplift the environment where you're at, and in turn brings in clients. So let's see, give me insight on the workplace. So yeah, so we say keep doing what you love to do. You'll know when you need to. Irene says pack up and move on, or pack up and go back maybe to a place. So
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Natalie. Let's try Tina. She wants to know about her work environment too. It's all
isn't it?
business today.
Yeah, see, this is what happens to me too when I have a series of readings that I do. There's a common thread that will go through a lot of them. Okay, so let's see
Right?
about her insight into my work environment as well. One thing that they're showing me is wow, expansion for you. It feels like whatever it is that you're doing, they just show me almost like it's going to explode, but in a good way. Like it's going to be on a bigger platform. They just keep showing me it gets bigger and bigger. Here's another thing too that they're showing me is to ground your work environment. And what they mean by that is even even if you work from home or even if you go to an office, let's say you're going to go to a business or wherever it is you work, envision that you're actually grounding that place, that building, before you even get there. And that will help, they said, make things roll smoothly, even if you work from home, because it feels like you have a lot of ideas and you might do a lot of stuff from home as well. Um, the minute I'm going like this with my hand, I can feel energy coming out of my hand. So I don't know if you're some sort of a healer. Healers can come in a lot of different shapes. You can heal with your words. You can be a hands-on healer. You could be a nurse, something of this. They're just saying, here it comes again. So you must really help a lot of people, whether you know you do or not. Your spirit team says, and again, as time goes on, the more and more and more that it just explodes. But I don't know why they keep saying explode like it's a bad thing. It's really a good thing.
Hmm. Okay. All
So
right. Great. Well, we've let Elle wait long enough, haven't we? Let's bring
I
her
think
on.
so. Yeah. Yay. She's still
Elle,
here.
welcome to the
Yeah,
show.
hi.
Uh, where are you located?
I'm also in Indiana, and it was raining here a little bit, but now it is super sunny.
All
Rain
right.
clouds kind of off in the distance.
All right. Perfect. That's all we need. All right. Hi, I'm just scanning your energetic field here just a bit. And what we love, what we see, a couple of things with your aura.
Mhm,
One is that it kind of goes in front of you, which tells us that you like to think of things in the future. And it's like you have wonderful ideas, and we love the way that you don't really look back. Once you make a decision on what it is you're going to do, you don't keep looking in that rear view mirror like, oh shit, I wish I wouldn't have done this. You're like, you know what, I'm going with it, and if it doesn't turn out the way I like, that's all right, because I'll just
mhm,
pivot. We love the way that you dance to your own drum. You're a leader and not a follower, and you are very charismatic. When we look at your energy, you people probably come up to you and strike a conversation. Is that true? People that don't know you?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, because I can see it in your, it's such an inviting energy. And somehow, thank you, Irene. She's saying that people that walk up and strike a conversation with you a lot of times are in need of some kind of help. They're either
Mhm,
sad or depressed, and they just somehow know that the words that you tell them, even if it's just a one liner, that it's
mhm.
going to really make them feel better. Do you love animals?
Yeah, I have 3 cats. 2 of them are sitting with me right now.
Okay, because I'm just so drawn to the animals. You're quite the little animal communicator, but it seems like you always have critters.
Yeah,
Your whole life, you're always going to have, from now, Irene goes, from now till the day you die, you're always going to have some kind of critter, and you're not just going to have one because you think that's cruel, like they all have to have playmates.
yeah.
And we see a little fairy energy around you.
Mhm,
Uh, we love the fairies and the gnomes and the sprites for you. Very strong connection to the nature kingdom.
Hmm.
Irene's funny. Do you talk to trees? I do.
I
Do you?
do. I
You do?
do.
Yeah, we can see that. And ooh, I got cold chills because they're teaching you. They're wonderful teachers. Sit down between underneath different types of trees and you will feel their energy. You'll even know um, you'll get to know how they feel too because they're teaching you. Well, you already do it, Irene says, but they're opening up different spiritual gifts. Do you do spiritual work?
I'm starting to.
Okay, that's why I heard her
Slowly.
say, yeah, they're teaching you, thank you, Irene, to read energy. But we know that you're not going to be a cookie cutter. You know, there, and no offense
Mhm.
to the Reiki masters out there. I've done the Reiki too. Um, and that's kind of a set way a lot of times where they teach you the symbols or whatnot. They're saying again, you're going to dance to your own drum and you're going to do healing differently than anyone else.
Mhm.
One thing that they're showing me too, they're okay, Irene, we'll just tell her. Um, you might at some point, now this could be further into the future, work with people who have addictions and work and help them to clear. It doesn't always have to be the drug and the alcohol. It could
Mhm.
be we like to gamble too much or, whatever, shop too much. This is going to be something that we see that you, and it's a potential. Nothing is carved in stone because
Yeah.
obviously you have free will, but you're going to have a lot of different modalities that you're going to work on. And you're going to take a little bit of this and a little bit of that, almost like you're making your own little potion. And then
Mhm.
you're going to start your own modality. And actually, at some point, you may start to be doing readings for people too.
I've actually started learning tarot. Been
Okay.
doing that for a couple of months.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. There's also like little, what are they called, Irene? Thank you. And you can do tarot, whatever you
Mhm.
like. We like fairy decks for you.
Yeah.
There's a fairy deck that you can get. All those are really, and it's wonderful that you do that because that helps you to connect with your spirit team. We are going to start a series here in the very near future. I have been doing this for almost 20 years and I've taught people on how to connect with their spirit team. So we're going to have a series and this series is all of the information that I have learned in 20 years. And so this would be really great for you and it's free. It's going to be free.
Yeah, I would
So
love that.
yeah. So we see this one thing too, they're telling me, they're pointing to your ear. Of course, you're a great listener, but you might at some point, maybe you do now, I don't know, where you will hear spirit. Now,
Mhm.
you can already hear spirit.
Like a little bit here and there. It's
Okay.
not it's not clear all the time, but it's like a little bit. It's like starting like the gift's starting to like open up.
Okay. And when I say I hear Irene and I hear, mine is more where they download everything in my head.
Yeah.
And but I know people that can literally, pardon me, literally hear another voice. That's what they're saying you're going to be doing
Mhm.
eventually. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Because I thought, man, that'd be so much easier, Irene, if you could just tell me. Instead, they download, a whole concept in my head where I could literally say 100 words on it, and I have to
Yeah.
figure out how to articulate it. So yeah, good for you. That's going to be a wonderful gift. But the main thing, and again, you have free will, you can do anything, but they're just showing me the main thing with you is going to be about energy,
Mhm.
energy healing, and not always on humans. It can be on trees. Thank you, Irene. This is so cool. One sidebar. I have this beautiful tree in the front and it died. And my husband was like, all right, let's cut it down. I'm like, no, you can't. And he's like,
Oh
it's
no.
dead. I went and I put hands on. My neighbors, of course, thought I was nuts, out there talking and loving on it. The very next spring, it's beautiful. I wish I could show it to you. So
Oh, that
that's
sounds
something you're going to,
amazing.
yeah, that's what you're going to be able to do, and with animals too. So a lot of information. I could just talk to you because your energy is very open. So I hope you enjoyed your reading.
I did. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And again, like I say, look, keep looking, because I don't know when we're going to start it, but in the near future when we're going to start teaching, or I
Yep, I
will.
have all your videos that you have now pop up on my feed whenever I open up YouTube, so I'm always scrolling through.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. So that's great. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Thanks
Well,
for,
have a
thanks for
good
coming
rest of
on,
your
Neil.
day.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you.
All right.
Take
Thank you.
care.
Yeah, bye.
Appreciate you.
All right. Well,
Okay.
that's pretty well. We got both of them done. How about we go to our alphabet messages right now?
Okay.
Oh, now I'll preface this. So we're going to
Okay.
go do some alphabet messages. Sherry's going to provide a spiritual message to everyone that's listening to the show right now. How it works is that everyone watching right now needs to select a letter, A, B, or C. Don't think
Oh,
about it. Just whatever comes into your head immediately. What were you going to say, Sherry?
well, a couple of things. First of all, they don't have to be listening to this right now.
All right.
So if they listen to this 5 years from now on one of these feeds, it will pertain to them, because spirit can be, there is no time.
Okay.
And
So,
one other thing too, first of all, ask a question. Ask something that you want first. And then once you come up with something that you want, then come up with A, B, or C.
okay.
That's kind of the way me and Irene, or Irene and I, have kind of hashed it out, I guess.
Okay. Well, I'll let you take it from here.
Okay. So again, we're going to go back to everybody think about something that you want. It could be, I want a new job, or I want to move, or a new friend, or a new boyfriend, or uh, whatever that may be. So think of a question. I'll give you just a couple of seconds here. Okay. Now think of A, B, or C. So now that everybody has that, so if you picked A, Spirit is saying, let Spirit take control. Almost get to the point of surrender and let Spirit just take it over. Um, it may not come as fast as what you want, it may not come the way that you want, but Spirit a lot of times knows better than we do. So that is if you picked A. If you picked B, Spirit is saying, we love the way you dream and you believe, and then you give up. It's almost like you've worked so hard, you're up a mountain and you're almost to the top of the mountain, and then you just give up. Well, you're just going to slide back down the mountain. So they're just saying, keep a focus, keep looking at what it is that you want, have the prize in front of you, and that will help you. Even if it's baby steps, that will help you to get what it is that you want. Now, for those of you who picked C, thank you, Irene. She says, you're in the driver's seat. Don't follow other people. Don't look in the rear view. Just keep driving. And if you have to along the way, ask Spirit for help. Thank you, Irene. She says, ask them for breadcrumbs along the way. It may be like, oh, you know what? Maybe I should go here instead of here. Maybe I should take a different way to work. Who knows? Spirit works in mysterious ways. They know how to get, not that you're going to get every single thing that you want, but this is going to help push you into getting the things that you want. So those are the three little are what we call the ABC mini reads for anybody who listens and who doesn't get their readings today. So just a little something. So
Okay. Well, hopefully that'll resonate with some people.
yeah,
Be interesting.
hopefully.
I think that will do it for our show today. Thanks a lot, everybody, for tuning in.
Okay.
And thanks to our guests, Callie and Elle, for agreeing to share their reading with us. As always, if you have a topic you'd like to discuss or a question for Shari to answer, put that down in the comments section. We'll try to make that happen. Maybe even talk about it next week.
Yeah.
And if you'd like to book your own private reading with Shari, go to psychicshari.com, click on the Schedule Now button, and select a date and time. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel as well. Click on the bell icon to be notified when we have new videos that are posted.
Yeah.
And that will do it, everyone. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
We'll see you again next week.
Okay. Bye.